Midwest. Southeast.
Perfect. So tell me something that you know about each one of these areas.
Well, these ones are very kind of deserty, very hot and dry. Well, this one has a lot of, like, especially along this coast right here, a lot of, like, plantation farms, like, that's where they grow a lot of, like, tobacco and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or they used to in stuff. Midwest, very flat, not many mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, it's like kind of foresty when there's not cities, and then like fish, that type of stuff up there. Oh, and then I didn't say this one, did I? Mountains, lots and lots of mountains.
Yeah. So what about the people there?
People.
Do you know anything about like the cultures?
Well, this one is, I think it carries a lot of like black people and like slaves that have a lot of that type of culture. They have the, what is it called, Princess and the Frog, the gumbo. that food and that kind of spicy, you know, very rich culture. This one has I know it has like quite a few Indians, like since it's like in the desert or whatever, like the adobe, or what is it called, on the side of the cliff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I cannot think of what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but
It's like I guess it's really, since it's really hot there, they have like things to accommodate that, I guess. This like where New York is and stuff, so it's has a lot of people squished into a tiny amount of space.
yeah.
Population density, I guess, it's pretty high. Midwest, I know that they've like, because of the, I guess, kind of monsoons that come in, whatever, so it gets really cold in here in the winter time, but otherwise it's really nice. So like the temperature changes a lot, I guess. And like over here there's some farming, and up here there's oil, I think, oil fields or something.
Like in the Dakotas.
Yeah. I think my friend's dad works there sometimes.
Oh.
And here I know lots of rodeos. We have those a lot, I guess. This is a really popular place, you know, Hollywood movies, stuff like that. I don't know much about like Washington and Oregon, except, you know, my dad's cousins live there. So they live in Oregon, I guess.
Good. So, just a little background, I guess. When Columbus sailed over to America, they landed in Virginia, so right here. And that's kind of still considered the South, a little bit. And it's Virginia, Pennsylvania. Those are still not super populated. Virginia is near Washington, D.C., because they have everyone that works in D.C. lives in either Virginia or Maryland, so they commute into the District of Columbia. New York is pretty populated in the city area, but outside of it, like near Niagara Falls, which is right here, is near Canada, and that's not super populated. Buffalo is, but then when you get up to Palmyra, it's a lot of, it looks kind of like Pennsylvania, so really hilly and not super populated. Everyone's pretty spread out. There's farms up there, which I was really surprised when I was there, because when you think of New York, you just think super populated. So the South is really interesting because, like you said, there are a lot of black people there, African Americans, and a lot of them they still live in the houses that when the slaves were freed after the Civil War, they still live in the houses that they built, at least in the area that I'm from. Yeah, so it's super cool. There aren't as many plantations there anymore because they're just old and decrepit, so they demolish them and build something else. But the ones that are still there are beautiful, just big. And gumbo is typically in Louisiana.
Like New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right there. And it's full of a lot of culture and a lot of. Do you know why they speak French there?
I'm trying to remember, but I know the answer, but I can't bring it
No,
up
that's
right now.
fine. So here is the Mississippi River, and it kind of, I remember it because right here, it looks like an elf, like the outline of an elf's body.
Oh yeah.
You see the nose and the mouth,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and like the hat, the feet. So the French occupied Louisiana. It's named after King Louis, and here was like a main port where they could export and import goods.
Yeah.
And so it was a free territory, and so a lot of the slaves would run there. And so and then it kind of just intermixed with what they spoke with French, and so that's how they got Creole. Just a little fun fact. In the Midwest, really Plainy, you're right with that, and you're really right with the Great Lakes area. And then Texas has a lot of, it's still considered the South, I guess, but it's the Southwest. And it's, there's a lot of Southern people there and a lot of Mexicans, and you're right with Mexico, New Mexico and Arizona. There's a lot of Indian, Native Americans there. So do you know like any of the religious parts? Do you know where like most of the religions reside?
I think down here is like Baptist.
Mm-hmm.
So probably like Christian, Catholic over here, I'm guessing. Even
Okay.
though through here it's mostly Mormon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So should I just put Christian?
Sure.
Like Catholic or something?
Yeah, whatever you feel.
I don't really know, like, in here or up there. I guess.
What about the Southwest area?
I really have no idea.
No, that's fine. So here, I'll make it brighter. Here are the areas, and here down here is the map. So you were really pretty accurate with your guessing. Mainly Baptist, and the blue is Catholic. So we have a lot
Oh, yeah.
of Catholic members, Catholic individuals in the United States, and you were right about Mormons, all right up here. And there's the green is Methodist, and this is Lutheran up in here. And there's also, it doesn't really show it, but there's Jewish people up north a lot. And then there's Hawaii, so mainly Catholic. So
And of course, they probably still have like their ancient religion, like the Polynesian culture,
Mhm. Yeah,
like that type of
for sure. And I think that would classify as other, and there is other in there, and also Native Americans. They still have their beliefs as well. So tell me about your friends.
Like about the religion.
Everything about them.
Everything?
Their ethnicity, their
Most are like white skin, I guess.
Mhm.
I think almost all are members of the church. Like we always talk about like what we learn in church and stuff like that, so that's nice.
oh, that's cool.
They really nice, like it's not like we can just go sit down by somebody that's alone and talk to them, I guess.
Mhm.
Or stuff like that. I'm trying to think of anything else like that.
So are they from Idaho, and their families are from Idaho, or?
Some of them, I
Mhm.
think. Well, I have a friend that used to live in California. Actually, I have a couple of friends who used to live in California. A lot of just born and raised in Rexburg.
Yeah.
Some that moved from Utah. Some that moved from Wyoming. I'm not sure if I know any. I know one from Montana. I know one's from Montana. And one's from the East Coast, from Maine, I think. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to.
Oh no, that's
figure out
fine.
where they are.
So the ones that aren't from Rexburg, were they always members of the church, or?
Most of them.
Yeah. So in a lot of different places in the country, not very many people are surrounded by members of the church, which is so great for you, that you live in an area that does, because you can go up and sit next to people and have it be an example to everyone else. And that's really great. So, where I'm from Florida, Jacksonville, right up here, and I was the only member in my high school, and so it was really difficult. But there's a lot of really great Christian people there as well.
Definitely.
And so it's just, so we had everything there. We had Asians, are there any Asians in your
A
school?
few. Not a whole lot,
Yeah.
but
We had,
mostly Koreans.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess your dad's happy about that. So we had Asians, a lot of Filipinos, a lot of Vietnamese, and then we had a lot of Latino people. A lot of them were Puerto Rican, which is Puerto Rico's down there, and Cuba's down here too. And so we had a lot of them. We had a lot of black people. It was just a big party.
Yeah.
And it's really great because then you get to see like the different cultures and you get to learn about them. And I'm sure y'all implement some Korean stuff in your household, right?
Yeah, we have Korean food once in a while. My dad says Korean words, so we don't know what they actually mean, but we just do what he tells us to do, I guess.
You just take them and just believe them.
Yeah.
That's good. So I kind of have like an object lesson. I know you understand currency, so I'm not going to ask you like what a quarter is or anything.
Yeah.
So here are the quarters. I have a lot of them actually right now. And then here is one nickel. Here are some pennies. And here are 2 dimes. So, how much can you buy with all of this?
Probably 1, 2, 3. Probably 2.5 candy bars.
Probably. That's all you can buy. So, think of this. But if you had more money, you could, and it's based, so if you had a lot more dimes, you'd have to have a lot more dimes to be able to buy a couple candy bars or like something at like the grocery store, or a lot of pennies. But so think of this as people. Okay. So where would you want to group these? Would you like these to be like the West, or like Mormons? Would you like this to be like Florida, Mormons there, or Baptist people? Whatever you want. So how would you group that?
Well, I think the most like prominent religion is, just being Catholic,
Mhm.
and they're all spread out.
Mhm.
So like, I'm kind of trying to do this.
Okay.
So they're kind of just everywhere.
Mhm.
That's Mormons.
Okay.
The most
is
Or
Baptist.
Not, Baptist.
Mhm.
And then I guess these could represent two different ones. I guess kind of the Lutheran and
Methodist. Yeah.
Because this one kind of goes on.
Yeah, I couldn't find a $50.
Yeah.
But no, you did really great. So, so just like with money, I think you just have to realize that it takes a lot of different types of people to make one massive group and see the beauty in it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So like, so just like you can take 50 cents and then, or 75 cents, and then you can mix it, and that makes $1.
Yeah.
So I think, so it's just really important that whenever you go out in the world, or like if you choose to go traveling some, do you want to go travel or?
As long as I don't have to try super duper just gross
Awkward
food.
food. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. So just keep in mind that think of everyone in currency, basically. Just saying, I am in a group of a lot of Baptist people, but there are some Catholic people, and then there's a Mormon, and we can all be friends, and I can learn from them and learn the differences. And
Because everything has worth. I
Yeah.
guess you could say that.
it does.